Hello, my name is Risley Sams, founder and CEO of RHS Financial here in San Francisco, where we help business owners and tech professionals bridge the gap between the wealth they have and the wealth they know they deserve. This video blog post will outline what I like to call a framework for financial success. I'm a very visually oriented person, and I wanted to create a visual framework that people could follow to create financial success for themselves. I drew this framework up in 2018 and have attempted over time to refine it to where it is today. It is a visual representation that helps categorize where many people are in their personal finances and creates a path to financial success that people can aspire to. The objective of this visual model framework is to help people identify where they are financially today and where they can move towards more quickly with greater clarity tomorrow. In this blog post, I will walk you through the model step by step. Will this model make you rich? No. Will this model help you understand where you are and help you bridge the gap between the wealth you have and the wealth you know you deserve? Probably. The framework shown here is not the framework for financial success, but a visual representation of the next decade starting with today. It introduces what I call the hero concept, and that person is called the Welterpreneur. The Welterpreneur is someone who has their financial engines firing on all cylinders. They save, invest, budget, minimize taxes, and have a long-term strategy to help themselves and others financially. Their goal is beyond financial freedom. It is to become a Welterpreneur. So not only are they helping themselves, they can also help others too. If we look at the timeline above, we see progression over the next 10 years. The objective is to do proactive aspirational financial planning and execution on one's financial goals today so they can become a Welterpreneur tomorrow. If we look at the orange and red lines, we see that those who take no action end up with financial insecurity or even worse, disaster. Most of us, however, tend to be reactive, but we just flatline, as we see in the yellow line, and end up in little or better off than we were before because we tend to react to financial situations rather than being proactive and plan for them. So, the Welterpreneur in blue and green lines focuses on getting things right today, putting plans in place so that tomorrow is a better day, and maybe even reaching their goals sooner than they expected. We all want to avoid doing nothing and hitting the tipping point where it becomes difficult to change our situation whatsoever. This model shows us that now is the time to get proactive. So if we believe in this model, then we want to introduce the framework for financial success. It starts with 4 quadrants. On the x-axis is mindset, and on the y-axis we have success. In my first blog post in this 3-part series, we talked a great deal about how success is often more about mindset than anything else. I like to say, you have to get your mind right before you can get your money right. The 4 quadrants are as follows. Financial do-it-yourself destructor, the average Jane and Joe, the complacent missed opportunist, and the Welterpreneur. Basically, the northeast quadrant is our objective, where the Welterpreneur has a positive mindset and a great deal of success. The 3 other quadrants have their own sets of issues holding them back. The financial do-it-yourself destructor has the right mindset, but oftentimes doesn't delegate or get advice on investing and makes many mistakes along the way. Sadly, as we so often see, this individual doesn't get the success they desire or deserve. The average Jane and Joe don't have a positive mindset towards their finances, and they frequently make mistakes and have fear of missing out, etc., that will almost leave them without financial success. The average Jane and Joe really have difficulty saving and investing because their mindset makes them believe their situation is hopeless. They won't ever get ahead, so why try? The complacent missed opportunist is very often the one that can most easily migrate to the Welterpreneur. And they are the focus of this blog post. There are numerous people out there who are what I call complacent missed opportunists. They already have a good deal of success, but haven't reached their success potential. The time is now for them to shift their mindset and do the work to get their financial engines firing on all cylinders. It doesn't take much more than they already are doing to see massive changes and growth in this area. Now, let's add a few more dimensions to this model, and we can really see how this model can help people maximize their financial potential. As you can see here, we've added 4 new dimensions surrounding the model. On the left, we have scarcity, and on the right, we have an abundance. At the top, we have financial freedom. At the bottom, we have limitations. As we shift our fixed mindsets from scarcity to abundance, we see our success move away from limitation, and we move from left to right and from the bottom to the top right corner. Again, anyone can move up and to the right. However, the complacent missed opportunist mostly needs a mindset shift from scarcity to abundance to get started, as they already have success. I want to emphasize that this move that the complacent missed opportunist takes needs to be one of mindset shift and will require the setting of some stretch goals in order to move to the northeast Welterpreneur quadrant. The other 2 dimensions are limitation at the bottom and financial freedom at the top. The complacent missed opportunist must not be held back by limitation and must aspire to financial freedom. That can be helped through aspirational financial planning and developing stretch goals, as mentioned in the last paragraph of this post. The final 3 dimensions of this model are an overlay that emphasizes how important all these dimensions and variables need to work in concert in order to become a Welterpreneur. The final 3 dimensions are aspire, delegate, and purpose. We will start at the bottom arrow with purpose. Having a strong purpose helps us break our limitations. It feeds our desire to do better and drives us to achieve greater things. Breaking our limitations is the first step on the road to financial freedom. Once we have broken our limitations through purpose, we can move up to the top of the model and to the dimension of aspire. As you will note, the aspire arrow is pointing to the right in alignment with the mindset and abundance dimensions of the model. If one continues to aspire to do great things financially for their family and community, they can migrate from the complacent missed opportunist to the Welterpreneur. The final dimension is delegate. It is difficult to become a Welterpreneur on your own without help and guidance. You simply must have a small team of advisors on your side in order to make sure you are actually firing on all financial cylinders. There's no substitute for having the right team of advisors on your side while becoming a Welterpreneur. Remember the financial do-it-yourself destructor in the southeast quadrant? They had the right attitude, but made too many mistakes along the way. At RHS Financial, we've built a virtual collaborative professional network that we call our Flexible Family Office. It is designed to help budding Welterpreneurs get the kind of professional financial, estate planning, tax, legal, and coaching advice required to become a Welterpreneur without the hefty price tag that comes with having an actual family office. While I have presented a lot of information here, the model itself is quite simple. The story it tells is a simple one in a visual manner. If you look at the framework correctly, all the dimensions drive you to the northeast quadrant. I hope this framework can help you achieve your financial goals and help you become the next Welterpreneur.